Volodymyr Zelenskyy has agreed to a new offer from Vladimir Putin for peace negotiations this week.
So despite everything, we propose to the authorities in Kiev to resume the negotiation that they interrupted at the end of 2022, to resume direct talks, and, I should like to emphasize, without any preconditions.
Putin has suggested a meeting in Istanbul on May the 15th. But later on Sunday, he spoke to Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan, who said he fully supported the proposal and was ready to host. Zelenskyy has now posted on social media he will be waiting for Putin in Istanbul, but he's added a ceasefire is essential for talks to succeed. European leaders from France, Germany, Poland and the UK met with Zelenskyy just a day earlier on Saturday, part of the so-called Coalition of the Willing. The group had agreed to push Moscow for a 30-day ceasefire starting from Monday, an idea that has the backing of US President Donald Trump. The Kremlin, however, rejected it. After Putin's peace talks proposal on Sunday, French President Emmanuel Macron posted on X, "In Kiev and alongside President Trump, we made a clear proposal, an unconditional 30-day ceasefire starting on Monday. President Zelenskyy committed without setting any condition. We now expect an equally clear response from Russia. There can be no negotiations while weapons are speaking." A Kremlin aide on Sunday said that peace talks are likely to use an abandoned draft agreement from 2022 as a basis for negotiations. That agreement ultimately fell short as it relied on security guarantees for Ukraine that could have ultimately led to direct conflict between the US and Europe with Russia. People in the streets of Kiev on Sunday were sceptical that peace really could be in the offing.
Putin is a coward. He is afraid. All that he does is to save himself. We should not trust him.
Putin is just trying to win time. It's just empty talk of no consequence.
Is this the first time Putin has lied? He keeps lying all the time.
Much of this year has been dominated by discussions of how to bring this conflict to an end, even if just for a short period. But the view in Ukraine is shaped less by what is said in Moscow and more by what is heard overhead. More drone strikes again on Sunday, the threat of even bigger ones in the coming days. For most Ukrainians, the promise of peace is determined less by these discussions of talks and more by the silence of the skies. Flynn, TRT World in Kiev.